Hello and welcome you watching the Monday edition of This is Exclusive with me, Shah Vincent. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we put the spotlight on two investigative stories. One, the 10/11 conspiracy that has now been unmasked. We get you full details of what exactly was the plan of this terror doctor module. Not just that, the other big security lapse on the part of Air India. A British citizen has now gone missing. This story and much more on this edition of This is Exclusive. But up first, let me take you through the headlines we're tracking in this hour. Jaish-e-Mohammed's 10/11 conspiracy completely unmasked. Republic gets complete details of terrorist Dr. Shaheen's interrogation. Major security lapse at T3 of Delhi IGI airport. Deportee passenger allowed to walk free. Air India faces scrutiny. It's a big Republic Global exclusive. Hasina responds to Republic, says she will move International Criminal Court against her death sentence verdict. Anil Ambani skips enforcement directorate summons again, offers only virtual appearance in FEMA Pro. Before I take you through the details of the 10/11 conspiracy, which has now been unmasked only on Republic TV, where we take you through every details of the interrogation that has taken place in the last 48 hours. But there is also a development that's taking place at the terror den. The Al-Falah University. The reason why it's now being called the terror den, because almost every accused in this terrorist doctor module has now been linked to Al-Falah University. In fact, as we speak, multiple teams of the probe agencies have entered Al-Falah University, the last being Delhi police team entering Al-Falah University to carry out further investigation. We'll go across to Ishan, who's joining us live from outside Al-Falah University and getting us the latest details. Ishan, we give it to understand that there's been some movement. I want you to first show us the pictures of what's really happening on the ground and just walk us through the details that you're picking up.
Shavan, there have multiple investigation teams have arrived at Al-Falah. Delhi police team has just entered the campus. We can see that multiple teams inside the Al-Falah campus are investigating. They are trying to bring something out of the vehicle. And they are trying to bring out, we are trying to get more details of the same. The Delhi police team, andar se visuals dikhao. And we are trying to get the same details about the same. And I'll ask my VJ to show the visuals of the same. There are multiple teams that have arrived and they are trying to see what is, we are trying to determine what is exactly happening to the investigation. They have shown that around 20-25 police officers in three different vehicles have come in, and we can see that there are at least one team of the Delhi police and the other two vehicles had civilian number plates. So assuming that it is possible that they might be from the special investigative teams that have formed. We are trying to get more details from the same. However, nobody is really speaking on the same. And they are all standing in front of us at Al-Falah University and awaiting arrival of more investigative teams. Back to you, Shavan.
Well, I'll just stay with these visuals coming in as I take our viewers through the latest. Ishan, if you can just ask your camera person to stay with these latest visuals. I'll just speak over these images that are now coming in, breaking news coming in as far as the crackdown inside Al-Falah University. Now, this university, which is in the Delhi NCR region, has now become the focal point of the investigation that is being carried out by the Delhi police along with Jammu and Kashmir police and the National Investigation Agency. On your screens right now, multiple teams of the probe agencies now carrying out this entire probe following fresh details really emerging of how this university was being used by the terrorist Dr. Module, starting with Dr. Muzammil himself. Of course, thereafter, Omar being the other person who was present at Al-Falah campus. Latest images that we're going to show you in a short while from now. The entire footage, 38 CCTV grabs that have been accessed by Republic TV clearly goes on to indicate that here at Al-Falah campus was the entire planning that was essentially done. A base was being created by this particular module to carry out their entire plan. In fact, the movement of explosives have also taken place. And not just that, what we are also given to understand is that multiple meetings between Omar, Muzammil, as well as Adil and Dr. Shaheen actually took place at this very campus. The Hyundai i20 that was actually used was also kept at the university campuses. There is another vehicle that is basically going in right now. So entire focus now shifting at Al-Falah campus, because it is also suspected that some amount of weapons, ammunition was actually brought inside the Al-Falah campus. While the management of Al-Falah campus has tried to distance themselves from this entire incident, saying that they have nothing to do. In fact, it turns out that it is far from the truth. In fact, you also have more details coming in of the owners, the management of Al-Falah campus also being under the radar of the investigative agencies. Financial audit is also going to be carried out very soon, is what we are being told. That Enforcement Directorate will be looking at the financial irregularities, as it is suspected that suspicious financial transactions have also taken place, and that is the reason why Al-Falah campus has now come under the radar. Well, in fact, now I'm going to take you through the details of the interrogation that has taken place so far. In the last few days, the Jammu and Kashmir police has actually intensified the interrogation of Dr. Shaheen, the terrorist doctor, who's now revealed that Omar, in fact, was intent on executing a spectacular attack and had planned to carry out in September, with Shaheen stating that Omar as well as Muzammil were already shifting explosives as early as July. She added that identical explosive-laden barrels were transported to multiple locations using an EcoSport vehicle, and that Omar and Muzammil even argued over this movement. Now, according to Shaheen, Omar, Muzammil and Muzaffar planned to meet their alleged Pakistan-based handler in Turkey. What we are going to do over the next couple of minutes is going to take you through what we know so far in terms of the investigation that has been carried out. So far, remember, Dr. Shaheen, the terrorist doctor, has revealed that there was also an altercation that took place between Muzammil and Omar with regards to the movement of explosives, which was taking place using the red EcoSport, which has now been taken into custody by Delhi police. In fact, Dr. Shaheen had asked Muzammil as to why exactly the explosives are being moved and what are these barrels for. Muzammil had initially told Shaheen that these barrels were largely used for cleaning purposes, but had not revealed that this was to be used for movement of arms and ammunition. In fact, what we are being told, a laptop bag was also being used to store some of the arms and ammunition that was being used. And we are being told on 30th of October, there was, following Muzammil's arrest, she had actually dumped all the details, all the weapons. We're also picking up some more details on the terror Dr. Shaheen. Shaheen has, we're given to understand that there are 3 passports that were basically issued under different addresses in Kanpur, Lucknow and Faridabad. So reports basically suggest that she also was believed to have travelled to Pakistan 3 times and was allegedly involved in raising funds through Hawala channels to support the module's activities. Now, this is following reports now coming in from our sources that there was a passport verification actually done by Faridabad police. This was just days before the blast actually took place, and she was actually taken into custody. They were present there. In fact, her picture was also taken by Faridabad police. What we do not know is that what kind of a report was submitted by Faridabad police. Let's also take you to the other angle that we are getting in. Investigative agencies probing the Delhi blast say that they have gained crucial insights from Dr. Shaheen Elias, Madam Surgeon, after recovering her WhatsApp chats, she regularly received messages from two unidentified numbers, which was basically saved as Madam X and Madam Z, in which the word medicine was repeatedly used as a code word for explosives, while references to an operation allegedly pointed to a terror attack. Now, that's the other details that we are essentially getting in right now with regards to Shaheen's questioning that has taken place. Now, we are now going to take you through the entire conspiracy, how exactly it was planned, when was it planned, and who started. In fact, the alleged plot began in 2021 and 2022 with the purported aim of reviving Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind in India, recruiting vulnerable youth from Kashmir as well as from other parts of the country. The four terrorist doctors were known to each other, and Dr. Muzammil and Dr. Omar lived nearby, while Shopian-based cleric Irfan Wage had once taken a family member to Muzammil for treatment. Is said to have conducted radicalization sessions with Muzammil, Adil and Muzaffar. Now, investigators claim that Muzammil wanted to join Ansar in Afghanistan, and in October 2022, the group basically traveled to Turkey, stayed there for 15 days, but was unable to go to Afghanistan. That is when they essentially decided to return, and they got in touch with their Pakistan-based handlers, Ukasa, who we are being told stays close to the Pakistan-Afghanistan border. Ukasa was the one who told Muzammil that they need not travel to Afghanistan, and it is through online that they are going to be given further training of bomb making. What were they essentially targeting? Investigators say that the detained terrorist doctors have revealed that Jaish-e-Mohammed, which traditionally focused on striking state symbols, and this time instructed them to target the country's economic backbone, including MNCs, hospitals, cinema halls and other financial institutions, marking a shift towards attempts to damage India's economy. In fact, the idea was to target MNCs, hospitals as well as cinema halls. In fact, it turns out that this was a change in the tact adopted by Jaish-e-Mohammed. In fact, Jaish-e-Mohammed largely has always targeted state symbols, but this time the idea was completely different, and they essentially wanted to target financial institutions of the country. Let me also take you through the other details we're getting in right now as far as the 10-11 conspiracy is concerned, where the investigators suspect that the doctor module was being directed by Pakistani-based handler Abu Ukasa, who is believed to operate near the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, and had reportedly instructed accused Muzammil that he did not need to travel to Afghanistan, assuring him instead that bomb-making training would be provided online, further deepening the group's remote operational links. In fact, it was Ukasa who had actually told Muzammil that he need not travel any further, and while he is based out of Srinagar and Faridabad, he would be provided with all instructions and where exactly he could actually get the explosives from. In fact, it turns out that over a period of time, they not only imparted bomb-making training, but also radicalization materials, which was part of their recruitment module. And the task that was basically given was to identify vulnerable Indians, vulnerable students from across the country, so that they could actually get them on board. Now, investigators say that the terror doctor module had established bases in Faridabad as well as Saharanpur, where it reportedly procured explosive materials such as ammonium nitrate and potash in small batches from shops in Sonipat, Gurgaon and other locations, many of which have already been identified. Now, officials have also confirmed to Republic TV that some shopkeepers had questioned the buyers, prompting the accused to present their medical IDs to avoid suspicion, and a quantity of explosive material was later recovered from a vehicle that was believed to have been used by the module. Now, these are the latest details that we have got. Now, we're going to get to the final angle with regards to how there is a new link that is basically emerging. Investigators have traced the new link saying that Omar Nabi left the Al Falah campus on 30th of October in the same I-20 car and travelled to Noor, returning to Delhi early Monday morning after crossing the Firozpur Jirka toll plaza. This was around 1:36 in the morning. Records essentially show that Omar had travelled to Srinagar on 18th of October and came back to Delhi on 24th of October, allegedly leaving both his phones behind in Kashmir before returning. That's the latest now coming in, that Omar had basically left Al Falah campus on 30th of October for noon. Let's now take you through some of the details that we're essentially getting in. We've pieced together what really happened before the bombing. In fact, Republic TV has now accessed 38 different CCTV footage clips that trace Omar Nabi's movements across multiple locations in the hours leading up to the Red Fort blast in Delhi. The exclusive surveillance material reveals key moments from his parking stops to his movement through various city points and university areas, offering critical insight into the trail before the attack. Now, the first CCTV footage is of 6:34 in the evening on 29th of October. In fact, this is at the parking lot at Al Falah University. It seems Omar had entered Al Falah University on 29th of October in the evening around 6:34. Let's take you to the second CCTV footage, which is around 8:18 in the evening, where he is essentially seen close to the Al Falah hostel. In fact, that is CCTV number 2, that is 8:18 in the evening inside Al Falah hostel, where we are given to understand where he spent the night. Let's move to CCTV number 3. This is on 30th of October in the afternoon, 2:38 in the afternoon, when a mechanic and a compounder basically arrive. This is on 30th of October. It seems that they had gone inside, and Omar had actually called them. The mechanic as well as the compounder have been questioned by the Delhi police as well as the National Investigation Agency. That is around 2:38 in the evening on 30th of October when both of them enter. The fifth CCTV footage is of 2:41 in the afternoon on 30th of October when the I-20 basically exits the campus. Now, it is suspected that ammunition that was basically prepared inside Al Falah University was inside this vehicle, exiting from the campus. That is CCTV 5. CCTV 6 is about 11:43 in the evening on 9th of November, where the I-20 was spotted at Khalilpur Toll Plaza. That is around 11:43. So starting from the time that he left from Al Falah for Noor, it turns out that he was staying there. CCTV number 7, it is around 1:45 in the morning. That is on 10th of November when the I-20 basically reappears at Khalilpur Toll. Once again, it seems that he was essentially leaving from there. That's 7th CCTV footage that we have accessed. The 8th CCTV footage, let's move to the other one. It's the 10th CCTV footage that we have. This is around 8 o'clock in the morning on 10th of November when the car once again makes an entry into Badarpur. Let's move to the 11th CCTV footage that we have. This is around 8:31 in the morning where the I-20 is once again spotted at Ashram Chowk and was basically moving towards Ring Road. The 13th CCTV footage is of around 8:37 in the morning on the 10th of November, that basically the vehicle moves towards Mayur Vihar and from there goes towards DND, that is in Noida area, where this car is spotted. 8:39 in the morning on 10th of May, the car is once again spotted near Mayur Vihar, entering Mayur Vihar. Not very sure as to what exactly was he doing there. The next CCTV footage that we have is of 8:47 in the morning, November 10th, when he's seen near the Chilla CNG pump, which is again in closer towards the border areas. Now, 10th of November when he is seen near the Chilla CNG pump. The next is 8:56 in the morning, November 10th, again seen in Mayur Vihar area. He seems to have spent some time in Mayur Vihar area, and now Delhi police have also picked up a few people from the area. The next is around 8:58 in the morning on 10th of November. He's back on the DND, returns towards Ashram Chowk. The 18th CCTV footage that we have accessed, let's move to that. It is 9:17 in the morning, November 10th, when it passes in front of Nizamuddin police station. He was seen crossing Nizamuddin after spending some time in Mahir Vihar area. The next CCTV footage that we have is of 9:18 in the morning. He's seen heading towards India Gate area. So this vehicle with arms and ammunition had gone to central Delhi. 9:25 in the morning, he basically reaches Shah Jahan Road. Then let's take you through the other CCTV footage that we have. It is CCTV number 22 when around 9:26 in the morning he's seen at Akbar Road. This is a VVIP zone where you can see the vehicle at Akbar Road. Let's move to the other. The 23rd CCTV footage shows that he has reached near Rail Bhavan. In fact, another VVIP area not very far away from the parliament where you have this car moving around. Let's move to CCTV number 24, 9:31 in the morning. It is seen at Kartavya Path. That's again at Kartavya Path from Akbar Road moving towards India Gate, and finally at Kartavya Path he's spotted. Then he's seen near Suneri Bagh Road, that is CCTV 25. Let's take you through the others. CCTV number 26, 9:33 in the morning, which passes Tughlaq Road police station. He still is in that area. In fact, I'm told that Niranjan is getting us some more breaking news right now. Niranjan, over to you as we have also accessed more details. 38 CCTV footage. We'll stay with those CCTV images while we take you through some more details coming.
Staying with the pictures, Shravan. In fact, I wanted to add to that, go to CCTV number 28 because we were supposed to get more details of the CCTV. So I'm just trying to help you with the CCTVs right now because we're on number 29 right now. In the CCTV number 29, Shravan, 9:48 a.m. The car, the Hyundai i20 is seen passing Safdarjung Hospital. That is the next footage, 29. That's the same car there spotted there. CCTV number 30 at 2:04 p.m. seen at Connaught Place Outer Circle. So this is one of those rare times when a bomber is entirely traced. I'm going to CCTV 31 now, 2:10 p.m. near Barakhamba Road in the national capital, the same Hyundai i20 with a car bomber. At 2:17 p.m. CCTV number 32. I'll go to 33 now first up. 2:34 p.m. at Masjid across Turkman Gate, which we have already reported on. This is the Shazi Ilahi Mosque. And then CCTV number 34 at 3:15 p.m. he was spotted at the Delhi Gate signal. CCTV number 35, 3:16 p.m. outside Daryaganj police station. CCTV number 36 at 3:29 p.m. 13 minutes later, seen entering the Red Fort parking area, which of course was one of the first CCTV videos that we accessed. And we put that out in great detail. And perhaps in what would be one of the last CCTV videos before he exploded, 6:23 p.m. on the 10th of November, the same white car was seen exiting the Red Fort parking. And 38, he was at the blast location. That is CCTV number 38, 6:50 p.m. 1 minute before the blast. That was the last footage. So I think this is it is fascinating how every journey, every point where there was a CCTV, he was captured, but it's all coming out. It's exactly 1 week, Shravan. Last Monday, this time we broke it. And again, exactly 7 days later, we've been able to map the entire journey. Back to you for now, Shravan.
Thank you very much, Niranjan, for getting us the latest details. 38 CCTV images that gives us a sense of to how this entire conspiracy was planned. Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of This is Exclusive. Coming up, trending with my colleague Arnab.
Co-powered by